do you get thrown out of the opera? Tell me what happened.
Well, Your Honor, he has a temper. He is really rude to staff, not necessarily towards me, but in defense of me. And he's also very impatient.
How long did you date him?
3 years, Your Honor.
Okay, and you didn't notice all this before, or you did and just kept overlooking it?
The relationship was fine for about a year and a half, and then some difficulties had come up through some behaviors of him going out, staying out late with his friends, and I started to really distance myself. And at that point, we were discussing moving in together, and I backed
That's not
away.
distancing.
Right.
So, but you're dating him for 3 years, and like, give me examples of how you feel that he was rude.
He would say that I just don't speak up for myself, but I like to choose my battles. So when we go out to eat, if, I don't know, something's not cooked the way that I typically like it, I'll say something to him, and then he will call down the waiter and make a big deal about it.
Why don't you just say something to the waiter nicely?
I don't know, Your Honor.
I don't get it. Like,
Yeah.
especially if you know that he is going to mishandle it.
Yes.
Right. So you're at the, tell me about the opera. Not the actual opera. Tell me about the opera tickets and the night
Yes.
and the event. And
Yeah, so he had insisted on going with me, and because of the history, I was hesitant. But I also knew I had VIP tickets, so...
So you had purchased 2 tickets on your own and didn't intend to take your boyfriend?
No. So I have
Who did you intend to take?
My girlfriend, Savannah.
Okay, so why didn't you take Savannah?
Because he insisted on wanting to go, and we were trying to work on the relationship. So because I had the VIP tickets and I knew we weren't going to be waiting in line, we were just going to get right in, that there would be less chance of an incident happening.
Okay.
And he had also included dinner prior. So
He told you he'd take you to dinner. Woohoo!
Yeah.
And this was for your birthday?
Correct.
All right. And then what happens?
Well, I had asked him if he had a suit and tie. It was a black tie event, and he said he did. And I decided to check on him leading up to the show.
When you say leading up to the show, you mean the day of the show?
Well, yeah, like the day of the show.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and he said he did, but when I checked on him, he said his suit was too small, and he was wearing slacks, a button-up shirt, and a sweater.
Okay.
For a black tie event, which I told him he needed to go rent a tux.
Why didn't you just say, Savannah, your time to shine, and go with Savannah at that point?
Because he had already insisted on wanting to just go rent a
So
tux.
what happens? How is it? What was your reaction when he said, I'm going in? And what did he say he was going in?
Slacks, a button-up shirt, and a sweater.
Okay, go on.
To an opera show.
Right. So what did you say?
I told him that he needed to rent the tux.
Okay, and then?
It did end up eating time into our dinner, so we did miss dinner, but...
Why didn't you try on the suit sometime before this? Why were you waiting until the last minute to try on the suit?
I was feeling like going with the flow and just didn't...
That's not going with the flow. That's creating havoc at the last minute. You ended up not being able to take her to dinner on her birthday, right? Because you're running around renting a tux.
I mean, I know I'm not perfect, but again, I know for a fact that the battle is...
I don't need you to be perfect. I need you to try on the suit. Like, that's not perfection. Trying on the suit when you tell her that you want to go to the opera is a very low bar. Very low. Because she told you it was a black tie event, right?
She did.
So how were you planning on going in a button-down and sweater?
I just took it easy because it was her birthday and just felt like giving her myself, my true self.
Yeah, but your true self in a black tie event in a shirt and pants is not... That's not a true self anybody wants. You know, so what happens?
I mean...
Hold on a second, now I'm back to her. Tell me what happens.
So...
By the way, the opera tickets were what?
For Carmen.
For Carmen, and they were, I did want to ask that, but I want to know how much it cost you.
So the tickets were $420.88 a piece, and then there was tax.
Okay.
So it totaled to $1,000, so $500 each.
Okay.
Your Honor.
All right.
I'm really curious what you really had to do to be thrown out of the opera. It is not a high security building. People who go to opera are usually very into art, into music, they're very artistic, and what kind of behavior gets you thrown out of the opera? And they did not have dinner, so I'm assuming he wasn't having any drinks prior, meaning what can possibly cause that kind of behavior? There is no excuse. and not to have a suit for your girlfriend's birthday, although she was clear that it is a black tie event. I feel like he just doesn't care. He's very self-centered, and her needs do not matter for him. What he needs is self-validation through this relationship, and that's why he acts the way he does, not to protect her, but to prove himself. Let's go back.
And then what did the VIP access supposedly include?
So it gave us orchestra seats. We were supposed to be seated at seat 7 and 8, but the biggest benefit was getting into the venue within 5 minutes of the doors opening.
So instead of, getting into the venue within 5 minutes of the doors
to the general seating, so we could just walk right in.
As opposed to what?
Waiting. But the only reason we waited, Your Honor, was because we missed dinner. So we had nothing to do. Dinner was 6:30. The show started at 8:30. We were supposed to be at the Opera House at 8 to get in, but because he did not have his suit, we ended up missing dinner, and the only time that we had left was like 20 minutes. And there's
So I'm sorry, when did you get to the Opera House?
So we got to the Opera House, I want to say it was like 7:40.
So it was early.
Yes.
Earlier than you had expected because now you had to skip dinner. All right.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So you're there at 7:40 and what happens?
He started to complain.
Because?
Because he saw the line, and I had explained to him that the line we were standing in was the VIP line, and the other line was general seating, which was really long, as well as standby. But I had also explained to him that we were not supposed to be in this situation because we were supposed to come from dinner.
Because you weren't supposed to get there quite so early.
Exactly.
So you're standing there and he is fomenting. And
Yes.
what does he do?
Well, I had asked him to calm down, and he grabbed my arm and he took me to the guard by the door, and he started to demand.
He took you out of line?
Yes.
By the arm?
Yes, Your
Like
Honor.
he dragged you? Like...
Yep. We went around the other VIP ticket holders to speak to the guard, and he demanded that I was let inside because I had VIP tickets and it was my birthday.
And what did the guard say?
They escorted us off the property.
Well, there had to be more to it than that. Just him making a demand. I mean, he must have wigged out. I mean, there must have been something.
Yeah, he did tell us that the doors were going to be opening in 5 minutes and to just wait in the line, and he refused to do that. He said that we had already been waiting a long time.
Was he yelling?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then the guard said, "You're out?"
Yes.
Okay, you tell me your version. What happened?
It's hard to remember also because that day, like I said, it was her birthday and I was just enjoying myself.
Well, why are you enjoying yourself on her birthday without a suit for a black tie event? Maybe you should be helping her to enjoy herself. So you went out and you rented a tuxedo.
Right.
And then now it's too late for dinner.
Yes.
So you got there a little too early. And then what happened?
It was a bit early, and then we were in waiting line for about 15-20 minutes, and I just felt like my time was getting up. I mean, in terms of that, she paid for VIP tickets, so I was like, let's take advantage of this. I don't want to stand in line.
According to you, what do you say?
I want to get in.
Yes, we understand you want to get in. So does everyone else who stands at that same line. And funny to notice, he did say, she paid for the VIP tickets, so he wanted to take advantage of it. To me, the key word is she and paid. She paid for those tickets. That's exactly right, not you. Therefore, shut up and don't ruin this experience for her. Not that it's any excuse, but I understand they didn't have time for proper dinner to sit down and enjoy themselves, but they could have stopped at a very nice bar, or they could have gone to a park or any other memorable place where they could just spend maybe half an hour together enjoying a drink or a small hors d'oeuvre before going to the theater. Let's go back.
I want to get in.
And what did he say?
God knows what the guard says. I can't remember. I mean, it was 6 months ago. Shoot. I can't remember.
Why did you get thrown out of the opera? I mean, you got thrown out. It takes a bit to get thrown out.
Yes, it does. It did take. So basically, I took a bit personal with the guard, and he just didn't like my, or maybe her attitude. Maybe he didn't like.
Why her attitude? What was she doing?
Because she was saying that I'm not professional and I'm not supposed to act like that. But I just wanted to get what I came there for, and my mission was to get inside that opera and watch it.
Right. So when the guy says, we'll be letting this line in 5 minutes, that's not good enough for you.
Gosh, I can't remember, but
So then her birthday consisted of you not putting on your suit to see that it fits you, not getting black tie attire, not taking her to dinner, and costing her the opportunity to see the opera and $1,000. That was your idea of living it up on her birthday.
which we can live every year, actually. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's just.
Oh, you're not living. I presume you've dumped him.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you're not living any other birthday with her.
I won't anymore. I mean, look, for $1,000, she took me here where I could just be in Hawaii, somewhere by the beach right now. I mean, come on.
Nobody wants to be on the beach with you in Hawaii. As good as Hawaii is, no one wants to be on the beach with you in Hawaii. We're worried you're yelling at the wildlife or something and scare it away. Mr. Novak, you have an anger problem, an anger control problem, and you need to work on it, but that's your business with you. She's done with you and you ruined her night. All she is asking for is that you pay her back for the tickets that she ended up spending because your behavior got you two thrown out of the opera.
You want to go again to the opera?
No, she doesn't want to go again to the opera. Why is she not right that you should pay her the $1,000? I'm kind of wondering why you haven't done it already.
Because like she said that she chooses her battles, but I feel like the battle chooses me. So I have to be ready all the time.
Okay, you go battle. You go play with your swords and your battles and your anger, and you do whatever you need to do after you pay her the $1,000, because I'm ruling in her favor, $1,000 verdict for the plaintiff.
Of course, she's entitled to have her money back. One thing I don't get is how was she able to tolerate him for 3 years? It's exhausting to be with a person who is looking for things that are wrong and always constantly is in a fight with someone or arguing with someone. It's morally draining. And he said that she cannot stand up for herself. Well, she's the one who filed the lawsuit, so good job, girl. Well done. What did you guys think about this case? Do you believe the guy had anger issues? Please put it in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.